I'm Nick, and Antec is up to its old shenanigans. Not in a bad way, in a really good way. This is Antec's new Flux M case coming in at $75 US. And I gotta say, ladies and gents, this is easily one of the best value bang for buck cases of the year because it's absolutely packed with fans. And as I mentioned, $75 US. Also, if I'd reviewed this before our best cases of 2025, this would have been right at the top of the list. Without further ado, let's take a look at this slam dunk from Antec. All right, here it is, the Antec Flux M. This case is a very nice compact MATX case, kind of competing with Lian Li's A3 MATX. As for dimensions, the case is 459 millimeters deep, 247 millimeters wide, and 365 millimeters tall. To get inside the Flux M, you want to pop off the TG side panel. You can put your finger in the top corner. You can pop the corner out, and then you can lift that TG panel up and then away from the case. To remove the rear panel, there's two thumb screws. They're not captive thumb screws. You want to completely remove those, and then once you've removed them, the side panel will then slide back, and then you can lift that side panel up and then away from the case. Then you want to remove the SSD mounts. These ones are pretty easy to remove. There's 4 screws. Just remove those, and then you can lift that up and then away. There's a panel that helps with cable management. You want to remove that single screw, and you can pull that up and then away from the case. That's right, I'm saying the thing. Last but not least, the front panel is removable. This one is optional. I'm basically just showing you how to do it because you can remove it, and you'll want to just pop the corner out, and then you can rip it, and then it kind of lifts away from the case. There's 2 included magnetic dust filters. There's one at the top and one at the bottom of the case, and both of these are relatively the same. If you don't know, I'm not really that crash hot on these filters, and I will talk about this a little bit later. For front I/O, you've got a power button, a reset button, a combined headphone and microphone jack, a USB Type-A port, and a USB Type-C port. As for the wiring itself, there's a front panel audio cable, a USB Type-C cable, a USB Type-A cable, a reset button cable, and a power button cable. Going back to the panel that we removed previously for storage, which I'm not sure I mentioned, you can install either 2 2.5-inch drives or 2 3.5-inch drives to that back panel on the case. For motherboard support, the Flux M supports ITX and both MATX motherboards, and there's no back connector support here. This is to be expected considering this is supposed to be a budget focus case. If you're looking at installing an air cooler, the maximum supported height is 175 millimeters. On the front of the Flux M, there's 2 pre-installed 120 millimeter fans. These are both addressable RGB, and they're both PWM fans. If you did want to install any other fans, you can replace these quite easily. So it'll do 2 120s up the front. At the rear of the case, there's a pre-installed 120 millimeter addressable RGB fan as well. Also the same fan that you'd find on the front of the case. You can put another 120mm fan in the back. There's 3 reverse pitch fans on the bottom. This is set to intake. These are not RGB fans. I think this is fine because when your GPU is installed, you're not really going to see the lighting from the fans anyway. So no big deal here, but these are also PWM. And if you're looking at installing a radiator or fans up the top, you can do up to a 360mm liquid cooler or radiator. However, 2 80mm radiators will not fit. You can also do 3 120mm fans up the top. As you can see here, for the build, I decided to use this 360mm liquid cooler. If you're looking at building in this case, a 360mm radiator should be something you consider. This does something that we've seen with a lot of other cases recently, and that is move the power supply to the front of the case. And the way they do this is using a right-angled extension cable, and there's a power connector on the back edge of the case to help with that extension cable. The way you'd want to install your power supply is you want to install it as intake with the intake fan facing the back side of the case because there is a vent for intake on that side panel. There's an included GPU support bracket as well. It uses a thumb screw on the back side to adjust the height of the bracket. This is just to help with GPU sag. As for GPU support itself, you can install up to a 405mm long GPU. So That's essentially most GPUs out there on the market. Absolutely massive GPUs fit in here, but I wanted to use this Monster Hunter card because I thought it looked cool and I hadn't used it before, so yeah. With cable management on the Flux M, I didn't do any of it. I didn't do anything here. I essentially just plugged everything in and hoped for the best. When you reinstall the rear panels that we removed previously for the power supply and for the drives, it hides everything anyway. And that's really the bottom line with the Flux M. Let's whack it all back together and then we'll have a little bit of a chat about thermals because you may be a little bit surprised here. Or maybe you won't be. Let's take a look at the thermals here. What you're seeing on your screen right now is the thermals are very, very good, but there's one thing that skews these numbers a little bit, and I need to point this out because it's very important to talk about, and that is the GPU thermals lower the internal temperature chamber of this case because the 9070 XTs in general just do not get very hot at all, thus lowering the ambient temperature inside of the chamber, thus making the CPU thermals about 10 degrees less than what you'd find if we whacked a 5090 in here. So that will dispel any confusion with the thermal results here. But if you're building a system in the Flux M, then chances are these are close to the specs you may be looking at, probably a lesser CPU, but overall, I think that the thermals here are pretty fantastic. And if you're interested in any of the hardware used in this build, there's a PC part picker list down below, as well as Amazon links. If you use those links to purchase anything, it does help out the channel, and they're global links. So if you click on that one link, it'll go anywhere in the planet. That allows us to beam links to you via the power of YouTube's algorithm. Anyway, what do I think about the build and construction of the Flux M? Well, I gotta be honest with this. This one is a little bit flimsy, but not in a bad way. It's kind of in that mid-spec build quality. And by that, I mean, it does a few things to save some money. So overall, the materials are nice. The paint finish is nice, but it commits one of the biggest crimes that I think is a big crime in 2025. And that is, these dust filters are atrocious. I don't understand why we still see them. They're just not good. Don't get me started. I don't want to get into that, but you get the idea. I just don't like them. There's one on the top, one at the bottom. I would suggest typically when you're building a system like this with the radiator at the top, I wouldn't use the top filter because of thermals, but if you wanted to catch all of the dust coming out, then that's probably a reason to use it. But as we saw with the thermal testing on this one here, it is a little bit skewed because this GPU just doesn't get very hot. I hope I'm not waffling a bit too much, but other than that, I think this case kind of follows some of the design trends we've seen this year with M-ATX cases. And by that, I really mean the fact that we're seeing the front-mounted power supply just becoming a thing, and I'm here for it. I am really here for it. And at $75 US, it's really hard to argue with the value here. And this is what I really mean about this. So let's say this is not the most premium case in the world. It's not supposed to be, but $75 US with 6 included fans. Half of those fans are addressable RGB, albeit they're not the quietest fans in the world, but they're also not the loudest. And you're getting 3 additional reverse pitch fans on the bottom for intake. 6 fans for $75 US in an M-ATX case is, my friends, a slam dunk with this quality of case. Now, it's very hard to look past the Flux M if you're building MATX because it does everything. The only thing that I don't like, again, are those dust filters, but $75 US. Let that one sink in. $75 US, ladies and gents. Don't be too picky. You get what you get and you don't get upset. And at $75, I wouldn't be getting upset at all.